what is it that you look forward to the most when it comes to that kind of whole decentralization and that DeFi area? What is it that you look forward to the most when you're talking to, doesn't have to be a fellow crypto nerd like myself, but just maybe someone when you're explaining that part about decentralization and DeFi.
I mean, the thing that I'm most excited about really is that peer-to-peer decentralized. You don't have to ask permission of anyone. You don't have to, fear that you're going to wake up and suddenly the bank closed. And banking is a little different because supposedly FDIC insurance covers blah blah blah, et cetera, all of these things versus crypto platforms, which is a lot scarier when you wake up and that's down. I think that in general, the thing I'm most excited about, obviously, with DeFi is people feeling empowered. I think that when you feel like things could be taken away at any point, even if you don't really think about it that often, it's kind of this underlying almost stress where when you have confidence, like I have confidence that I am fully self-custodying this, chunk of my portfolio, right? There's a certain just like deep breath and, confidence in that. And I would love for more people to experience what that's like, because that feeling of being like a little out of control, I would say, is very stressful. And it probably depends on your personality, but I think it's very stressful. So yeah, and on that piece too, I think that right now, again, kind of circling back to that, like, well, why do I need this? I think that people at this point are starting to wake up to the fractures in our, kind of banking and monetary systems. They've maybe heard about a few bank failures. Maybe they hear stories about someone's account getting frozen for some reason and them struggling to get access to the funds. So they hear these stories, but they're like, oh, those don't apply to me. And I'm going to mess up this quote because it's been a while since I've thought about it. I think it's an Edward Snowden quote that was like, saying that you don't care about privacy because you have nothing to hide is saying, like, you shouldn't be able to speak because you have nothing to say, or something. It's something along those lines. And it's like saying, oh, well, this person got blocked because they were doing like, something slightly seedy or, on the fringe of society. But it's like, no, let's take a look at the fact that that person, whether you agree with why their account got frozen or whatever happened, the fact that it was possible means that it's possible for you too. And the fact that, yeah, maybe right now this doesn't totally apply to you, but the systems are in place to have that kind of impact on you. And as we know, with a lot of things in society, it starts with, oh, that's only happening over here. And then slowly, it starts to inch in. And so realizing what are the technical possibilities of these things happening, and then hedging against that and educating yourself on, okay, if that were to happen to me, how could I best approach this or kind of prevent from that happening, I think is asking those questions much earlier before you're like, oh, wow, that could happen to me. That happened to my friend. What just, like when you're asking those questions and figuring out your worst case scenario plans much earlier than you think you need to is always a good idea. Hi, this is Lea Thompson at Girl Gone Crypto, and you're watching Think Smart Education.